All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Wednesday, December 17th, 2025, and it's now 101 Central Time. We're going to get to it, guys. We're going to play a little intro, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. If you could be ever so kind as to hit those buttons, hit all the likes and the shares. Oh, got to get my. Ugh. There we go. Anyway, we'll be right back in a half or 3 minutes and 30 seconds, guys. We Grow Wednesday. Got a lot to talk about, so much to go over. We'll be right back. I'm your host, Waylon, the Indoor Farmer, and that's my co-host, Sprout. And I think we're going to have our friend Tala coming up with us again today, so we'll see her there. See her come up shortly. Guys, let's do it. Let's grow.
Tune in, turn up to the sound of green. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, a podcast supreme. Episode by episode, wisdom he unfurls. At Indoor Farmer, changing our world. From comedy night to what is bolting, each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear. Learn to grow, laugh and cheer. With every upload, a new chapter to read. From the seeds of doubt to the bounty of need, he shares his journey, his trials, his love, for the soil beneath and the sky above. From comedy night to what is bolting, each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear. Learn to grow, laugh and cheer. In every episode, he plants a seed of knowledge, laughter and indeed a community grows. Listeners unite under the banner of indoor lights. He talks a perception of what we think we see. Let's talk perception, an episode to be. From people in boxes to what's growing on, his voice, his passion, forever strong. From comedy night to what is bolting, each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear. Learn to grow, laugh and cheer. So here's to at the Indoor Farmer, our guide, our friend. With every episode we learn how to bend to the will of nature. Within four walls, the Indoor Farmer Reviews, where wisdom calls. Hey there folks, gather around, got a tale to tell, it's quite profound. About a show where wonders bloom, right here in your own living room. Under the lights, in a cozy space, the Indoor Farmer sets the pace. With stories of the small and grand, discoveries in every land. Oh, the Indoor Farmer Reviews, shining light on what's new. From the craftsman to the dreamer, come and see what we feature. There's a shop down the street where the coffee's oh so sweet.
Oh, you went down, bud? Hey, we're back. We're back, everybody. It's Wednesday, like I said, and I tell you what, so much going on. I already know we're not going to get to all of it, but man, it's both a good and I don't know if bad is the right word, but there's ups and downs to having too much to talk about in the health world, because that means it's hard to keep track of everything going on. So that's what we try to do on Wednesday. I try to keep track of stuff that interests me and that I think is important throughout the week, and we talk about it. We bring it up on screen. We show off if it's a video or a an article or something like that. So we got a bunch of things to go to. Let me find my shared page. Where is it? Or saved? There it is. Before we get started, though, head on over to locals.com. Join the community, theindoorfarmer.locals.com. It's free to join. It's $2 a month to be a subscriber. Consider subscribing. Any platform that you find us on. But anyway, let's see here. We've got a list. I got to go back to last week real fast and look at where we stopped at, because I kind of messed up and I cut right into the middle of my list, which was not a good idea. Let's see. Okay. If I can scroll down. So I'm going to pull it up in just a second here. I see some commenters coming in. What's up, Alan? Well, just Alan. Just me and Alan right now. I think Miss Tala is going to join us soon. All right, let me share this in. Got some tunes to share in. Hopefully they play all right. All right, here's my list. It's an ever-growing list. I mean, we were way back here somewhere. Right, okay. Here, I'm getting closer. We talked about Don't Measure, Holiday, Potpourri, that's Homemade Medicine. That was a cool one we talked about last week. We read that one. Okay, we talked about the biker running with the autistic son. We don't know if it's true or not, but it was a nice story. So the next one here in line is this one here, Ancient Water Mechanism Built by Genius Engineers. We're going to look at that in just a minute. I did join. I'm here. You have to unmute your camera and mic. It looks like they're both muted.
Nope, the camera is live.
Try muting it and re-unmuting it, I guess, because I can hear you now. Okay, the audio.
Well, yeah, I had the mic muted because you were talking. The camera has been on and then off and then on again.
Might have to just leave and come back. I mean, I don't see you. All I see is like a gray box on the screen.
Okay, let me try that. Hang on.
Sure, no worries. We got, I mean, it usually takes a few minutes for all the friends to come and find us anyway. We got busy harvesting. Yeah, that's right, James. James has been hard at work harvesting seeds for a few days now. Still have 9 plants to harvest. Oh, wow. It's quite a bit, James. We've got, I guess I'm going to wait to see if we can fix this technical issue. I think it's Tala's second time getting on the Rumble Studio, so maybe it's just, getting used to it. And there she is. And no camera again.
That's weird because I just told it. I gave it permission.
Did you? Is there a little down arrow next to the camera? You can choose which camera.
Wait,
sometimes it wants to pick.
Hold on.
Yeah. Sometimes
operator error. Because in the past we didn't have the little slide doohickey.
Oh yeah. Well, it's your second time on the Rumble Studios. It's a little clunky. They're still working on it. It's not like StreamYard, but it is free compared to StreamYard. So hey, I mean, I can't complain for what it does.
And it's like my third time using this laptop for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be another, like all the settings and stuff are weird and don't know where everything's at. So let's just jump right into it. We've got, oh hey, Tom is back. What's up, Tom? New friend from the other day that found us. Okay. Last week we both agreed that we don't know if this story was true about the biker, but that's where we left off. And this is an interesting.
It's not.
This ancient mechanism used the power of water for an incredible purpose. A water-driven wheel moved a wooden arm back and forth, constantly rubbing a tree.
So, immediately I think there's a lot of bullshit going on here, because
Yeah.
I doubt it's the guy's original video, but the mechanism was interesting enough for me to save it because I thought this is kind of cool. It's using a water wheel, and it's literally just taking a piece of wood and moisture and just rubbing it until the wood becomes like pulp. It's like a wood pulp all around there. And that does make sense. Again, I'm guessing this guy just took the video. That's why this is cool that I can save the video without actually engaging with it, and then I can just pull it up on the show, and I don't ever have to like share it or hit the like button or anything. I mean, some of them are really good, and I would, but anyway, you get the idea. We'll hear what he says anyway. I think it is a true mechanism, but it's just probably not this guy's.
Trunk against a fixed stone surface. Over time, the friction softened the fibers, turning the wood into pulp. This simple yet impressive system replaced hours of manual labor centuries ago, enabling the production of incense and handmade paper.
Okay. A whole bunch of what he said could be not true, but I definitely could see the handmade paper out of the wood pulp.
I can tell you how. Yeah, handmade paper is done that way because I've done it. We had a booth at Renaissance Fair of somebody who did that, so I've actually made paper like that.
With a similar mechanism, or just using the wood pulp? I mean,
no. So you got to have the pulp to begin with, and it's done with a very fine mesh screen, basically. So when you lift it out of the water, that settles into that frame with the screen, and the water drains out, and then you have to let it dry.
Right.
And once it's dry, it stays together. Yeah, that's how you make paper. Well, how we used to.
We did it in school one time when I was young, when I was little, like it was like early grade school.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Ronaldo? Yeah. Come on in, man. On the Rumble. Let's get the Rumble hopping. I see some friends coming in. If you guys could hit the buttons and stuff, I appreciate it.
That particular video kind of looks AI-ish.
I don't know. I feel like it could be AI, or it's just people will cut and mash together a bunch of other people's videos and that have a similar like a machine or something like that. It's so weird. You'll see like a machine starting the video. Oh, watch this, and then it just jumps to some other machine that does something different that you don't even know. It's like they're just mashing things together. Speaking of, would you say a good name for that machine would be like Pulp Friction? Hey, I think it's good.
Walk into this.
Talk to the hand. All right, what's up, Alan? Got to walk the dog. Okay, have a good day, brother. Appreciate you stopping in. Travel smart, carry in style. So this is a concealed carry, but also pretty stylish. I thought it was worth checking out.
You a grown man. Stop wearing purses, bro. Just get.
So he's speaking to the younger crowd, like not just because he's black, he's younger, and he's talking to the younger people, like with his lingo and stuff. And he's definitely not the typical what you would see like a two-way advocate or just like a prepper looking guy, So I thought it was different, interesting.
Do something like this. Look, Pro Max go right here. Look, Munyans and Funyans go in here. Come around here. Look, passport and etc. My hand can fit in here. What else you think can fit in here? Use your imagination.
So it isn't actually a concealed carry, but he basically tells you, yes, that's what you could do there with it.
Look,
I have something similar.
Say again?
Yeah, I have something similar, and you can. I have a specific brand of purse. In fact, when I carry one, I'm looking to see if I have one in reach. This one's too small, but it's the same brand. It's called Bagolini.
Huh.
And a lot of them have a flap, and there's a little pocket here, but there's a pocket behind it that has a magnetic closure. So all I have to do is just push, the magnet pops open, and my piece is right there.
Nice. So, yeah, there's a bunch of little things like that coming up. And I actually, I'll be honest, I kind of enjoyed it for all the other things I could put in it. Like, all right, I don't have to have it all in my pants, weigh my pants down. Yeah, it's like a purse.
Which I understand, because a lot of times I don't carry a purse now. Mm-hmm. It's just the way that the world is and the way that my region is. I I don't like having a dangling piece of bait on my shoulder. Yeah.
That too, yeah, it's too obvious. Plus, not even if there's people around, but like I mean, look, I don't have a purse, but I've carried lots of things with straps, and the strap is annoying. It's wanting to come off, and you're, so yeah, especially when I go to events and I have like my camera gear, and I'm trying to carry the carrying case separately so I can use it, and yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to juggle.
Hey, I don't know if you saw this, but sorry
if you don't
to
switch
interrupt.
shoulders once in a while, it'll mess up your neck.
Right. And then it's even more. It's annoying to have to switch shoulders too. But check out this new hashtag, Tala. I don't know if you're aware, but the new hashtag is hashtag Ladies of WTIF. It's been catching on. Then we have a few others that have come out of the woodwork. Bros of WTIF, and then we've also got old timers of WTIF, and then Joe Ursel also made old stoners of WTIF. I guess that's a thing too. So we've got lots of excitement going on. What's up, Kat? I have a leg bag. A leg bag, okay, for the carry strap on it. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Those aren't as comfortable for me. It's just a weird dynamic. But the way I wear those bagalinis is crossbody, and that way it's secure. Like if I have to reach for that piece, then it doesn't shift and fall off my shoulder. Yeah.
It's like it makes me think of pasta. I don't know why. Bagalini, tortellini. Okay, let's check out this next one. I thought it was pretty weird and fun to check out. I've seen it around before. I just don't think I've ever talked about it on the show, and it came up on my.
Oh yeah, Papa
recently.
Smurf.
Yeah, this guy. Oh, I didn't even think about him as Papa Smurf.
That's what they nicknamed him.
That. Wow,
I think he finally died.
He does look like Papa Smurf. I guess I'll read it. We'll see how long it is. That's pretty long. The cause wasn't a mystery, just misunderstood. Yeah. Real medical condition. Deep blue-gray skin. Not a trick.
A different one.
Say again?
It might be a different one than I'm thinking of. There's a guy who did this to himself with silver.
Yeah, once the silver binds beneath the skin, it leaves a mark no treatment can erase. For years, people saw only the color. Few saw the man behind it. Someone searching for relief, trying to heal himself in the only way he knew. His story became a reminder that not every home remedy is safe. That even the smallest choices can reshape a life in ways no one expects. So it was a home remedy that he was trying to do in an effort to ease chronic health problems like sinus infections, dermatitis, and acid reflux. Paul began drinking homemade colloidal silver and applying silver-based salves to his skin.
I use colloidal silver, but you have to use it in a very conscientious way. You can't use a lot, and consuming it is the highest risk.
So, but I want to know if it helped him with his other conditions. I don't care if I got blue skin. If I
recall correctly, it did. But this can create other issues, if I remember right. It's not necessarily a benign cosmetic issue.
It's called argyria. Argyria. Argyria.
I'm trying to see it.
Incredibly rare, but it also is irreversible. So we could ARGY.
It's so small.
RIA.
I can't remember if the G is hard or not, or if it's soft, but it'd be argyria if it's a hard G. Argyria, maybe.
Argyrosis.
Depends on whether it's
another
Greek
way of
or
calling
Latin.
it. Okay. As a condition caused by excessive exposure to chemical compounds of the element silver or silver dust. The most dramatic symptom of this is that the skin turns blue. Okay, but what's the other? There's no. And it is usually most prominent in sun-exposed areas of the skin. It may. Where was it?
It's a soft sound. It's argyria.
I see. The term argyria and argyrosis have long been used interchangeably. Argyria being used more frequently, argyrosis has been used particularly in referring to argyria of the conjunctiva.
Eyes.
Yeah, okay. Conjunctiva. Yeah, I'm not really seeing like anything that like hurts you because of it. Local orders show the limited regions of the body, such as patches of skin. Yeah,
Let's find
interesting.
out. Okay, so Argyria itself is not physically harmful, but it is permanent and can be serious in other ways, it says.
I could see maybe a difference in the uptake of like vitamin D and the differences of like how your skin deals with things in a lot of ways. Whether that's absorbing through the skin or excretion through the skin, or even like uptaking, like I said, vitamin D. Interesting.
Possibly. I don't see.
You would think it
So
would.
it's saying that there's no proven medical benefit for silver, which we know that there is,
Hmm,
but ingesting it, that's the problem. So ingesting it, that's questionable. I personally wouldn't. I use it topically. Um,
James says they have brass that have a
ah,
pouch in the middle to hold mace. Oh, that's a different. Okay.
yeah, okay, so unsafe amounts of silver, often from supplements like colloidal silver, it can be harmful for other reasons, kidney, nerve, drug interaction risks. So yeah, kidney and
Anyway,
nerve, that's
weird.
pretty serious.
They say it's pretty rare, so maybe the guy just went way overboard with
He
the
did.
silver. Yeah.
You'd have to do a lot, and I mean, there's not many reasons to actually ingest it, right? So let's say maybe you were trying to treat a sinus infection. Well, you might rinse. You might rinse with it. But I wouldn't advise doing that excessively.
Right.
Like, I'll rinse my nasal cavity once a day every month, like every day for a month. That would be a bit excessive.
It's
You
funny
wouldn't
that
do
you
that
bring that
even
up.
with saline, you know?
Right, right. Well, and it's funny you bring that up. I've been talking about this. I've been like worried about
Yeah.
using it. I'm like nervous to try it out the first time. But yeah, it basically is. But it was with saline. It's
Yep.
like the best version of these electronic neti pots that are coming out. I can't wait to try it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna record myself doing it. I'm not gonna do it live. I'm gonna make a little, unboxing video and give it a try. But
Meticulous, meticulous sanitization on it. Be meticulous about keeping it as
yeah,
sterile as possible. I mean, it's
right.
almost impossible to have a sterile device at home, but get as close to that as you can because that's the risk. So, like my mentor keeps telling me for the last 4 years, neti pot, neti pot. I'm not using one. I don't care what you say.
I don't
So
like
I
the
buy
regular.
the
Yeah.
bottles of sterile saline.
Uh huh.
Use it if I've got an allergy episode,
You
throw it
just like
away.
squirt it up there.
Yeah,
Huh.
just while I'm in the shower, squirt, blow my nose, squirt, blow my nose.
Oh, that's a good place to do it actually, in the shower.
It's a
Think about that.
bottled sterile solution, so I feel confident with that. But a device like that, you got to keep it meticulously clean yourself. So,
Alice, I'm gonna do it soon. I promise. Like I've been looking at it. Like my son is sick and his mom is sick. They both think they have the flu. I've been around them both. I feel good today, so let's just keep that going. But yeah, I've thought about it. I'm like that thing would be so good because my sinuses are constantly agitated because of allergies. It's not like an allergy where I'm getting
yeah,
like covered in hives, but it's just a nonstop like agitation. You know what I mean?
I can't remember if you said you take vitamins or not.
I started taking magnesium, which we talked about. That's the wrong kind, but I'm gonna go ahead and eat through it. I just upped the dose a bit. Yeah.
Remember this one?
Okay. Well,
Life is
I'm gonna hit
almost
you
here.
up again when it comes to that because I literally bought the buy one get one free bottle that's like this bit. I'm just chewing them like candy now. I'm not doing that actually. I'm taking one in the day, one in the morning, one at night, where I was taking half. So I doubled the dose, and it
And I
helps.
can I
Plus,
can give you all the info you need on like what's the right kind of dosage for what circumstance and what is synergistic. I mean, I've spent decades studying
bioavailable.
it. Yeah.
That's good, yeah, because someone did tell me that you got to get the right kind, and then when you brought it up again, I was oh right, I
And
don't know what.
bioflavonoids.
That's
See, it
it.
is all synergistic. You have to have the right stack. That's the thing. If you don't have the right stack, it's kind of like, I'll throw this at it and it might sort of help, but it's not sufficient.
And I told you I'm taking probiotics and prebiotics, which is just a little gummy. I don't know how good those are really, but it's like the only, sort of branded stuff that you can go and do now, other than getting more into the foods that do these things, which I'm all about doing. But it's hard to memorize all the benefits of different foods.
There's
It
only
really
a few
is.
that I take that are chewable. Like the gummy that I have is vitamin A synergistic complex. There are certain things that I take like that most people can just get from their diet that my body just doesn't cooperate. And like I can't just sit in the sun to get sufficient vitamin D because I am prone to deficiency, but I'm also photosensitive. So I take a pretty hefty dose of vitamin D, which then requires that you take vitamin K unless you really want a future of heart disease, which I sort of already have. So but yeah,
Vitamin
there's very few that I do that are chewable. There's a couple of them that I do that are important. Methylated B12 and
methylated.
folate. Yeah.
That's
Not folic acid. That's
definitely
synthetic. You
not.
want folate. Yeah. And so my B12 and folate, those are methylated because I apparently have the MTHFR gene mutation. And
Makes it
yes,
hard to uptake.
we do call it what it sounds like, the gene. Because it is. Yeah. Biotin. This is my other chewable.
Mm.
But these are, I forget what they're sweetened with. I have to avoid sucralose and aspartame,
Let's
sorbitol,
avoid
natural
those
orange
anyway.
juice flavor,
Just avoid those anyway for sure.
Yeah, I
Um,
stay away from it.
that's something to think about, like what to supplement, but also what you are eating can cause you to have too much. Like, so you don't want to eat, you don't want to take a supplement vitamin C pill, but then also be just mowing down on the oranges and jalapenos or whatever. So you
That's
got to
one
be a little bit
example,
careful. Yeah.
but it would be almost impossible to overdo vitamin C. That one is one of the safest that you could overdose. You're not gonna. For one thing,
Oh, I was thinking about
your
blood
body just
pressure
kicks you out.
on that with grapefruit. They don't want you to take your blood pressure
Oh,
medication, then also to take a.
that's
That's what they say. I don't know
yeah.
if that's like
Okay, that I can explain. That's
that
different
was the one.
because, see,
Yeah, yeah.
certain supplements, just like certain meds, use pathways for elimination, and that one utilizes your liver. So what'll happen is if you use grapefruit juice, if you drink grapefruit juice or eat grapefruit, and then you take the med will not clear from your system in the time frame that it should, and you can risk toxicity because of that,
Mm,
because it's
yeah.
competing with that pathway. Yeah.
That's what my son's mom has high blood pressure, so that's where I learned that from. But yeah, I was like, why not just do the grapefruits anyway and not take the other meds? And like, well, I guess it's hard to
Well,
regulate in that sense. It's hard to
I
know.
got rid of losartan because it's potassium sparing. That's how it works. And I looked at my doctor and went, how about I just take potassium? Well, it's not as regulated. I'm all, no, I was fine when I was taking potassium before. Let's just do that.
Right, there's not enough money
I feel
passing
better.
through other hands, and that I don't know. That's conspiratorial, but let's. I just want to address Alice. Yeah, she asked me how the water pick. I bought a water pick. I bought the nasal thing, and I also bought a little camera that you can put up in your ear with a little scoop and stuff, and you can watch it on your phone and look inside. And I tell you what, my ears are pretty clean. I actually clean them all. I can't stand like wet ears, and so my ears probably aren't going to have anything in them. But I still wanted the thing because I just want to be able to. And you can also, I could probably go up and like look for my brain or whatever with it too. I don't know. I'm afraid of like COVID
Do you
style,
see any COVIDs
swab.
up there?
Yeah, like that could be interesting. I don't know. That one was cheap. It's in this little tiny box. I was like, wow, that's it, huh? It's just a little like a pen that's got a
Some
camera.
tech, some
Yeah.
tech, the price has come down because it's considered low tech now.
Hmm.
When they were
Yeah.
new, not so much.
Yeah,
I got a
because
little cardio mobile device this big
ooh,
that I can check my heart pattern, not just the
you don't need a
heart rate, but the
strap and
pattern.
like and check like do the whole thing with the wow, interesting. Oh yeah, that has come a long way. I'd love to see. We're gonna get back to the next one here, but I'd love to see a more portable oxygen system. My mother is on oxygen, and we have had a hell of a time trying to find anything that's really actually viable for her to be mobile with, other than to just lug the damn cart with the full size tanks, because they actually have a smaller
shoulder strap
portable one, but they're just not very good. They don't last very long, and then you have to find somewhere to charge them, all of that. So she's had one, and we've had trouble getting it to work here and there. Thought about getting a different
She has
style like it.
COPD?
Oh yeah,
Okay. My
cigarettes
grandmother
for
had that,
years.
yeah.
But back to Alice. Sorry, Alice. Yeah, the water pick was a little bit weird. I only used it once. I don't think I had it together right because it started leaking on me, like through the handle. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I'm gonna try it again, but I only put RO water through it, and I don't have a. It might just be lazy, but it's annoying for me to have to walk down to constantly come up and down to get to where my RO system is, reverse osmosis water filter, for those of you that don't know, and to fill up a bucket, take it upstairs, and have water to use. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to run a line RO, like tubing, up through my seat, up through the floor there to my upstairs, because I'm using it for for humidifiers and for my drinking water, and for so I'm using it for so many things, and it just gets old to bring it up and down. My son has a humidifier. I have a humidifier in our rooms, and then of course I use it for cooking. And I try not to use sink water at all. I use it for brushing my teeth. I do that, but that's it. That's it. The damn sink water with all of its goodies in it. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Alice, I
drink
got to
tap
try it
water.
again. Have you ever tried the water pick floss device?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with one because I had
I know.
braces.
Oh, they've had them that long, huh? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that
I-
was some of the earlier ones, but yeah,
Sure.
because when you have braces, you can't floss. I mean, I guess later they came up with some type that you can thread the floss through, but I didn't have
That
that.
would be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be tough. I think braces for sure. But what did you? For me, it was immediately strange because I want to be able to see what it's doing, but you can't really watch it happen because then water's just going everywhere. And so I'm
Yes.
like, okay, you just gotta, I guess, hope that it's getting something. I don't know. It's very strange, but I've seen a lot
Kind
of
of.
people using it. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe I don't even really need it, but now I bought something. But I definitely the nasal irrigation thing is definitely needed. Question for you, Tyler. Do you have a headphones by chance? I keep hearing like a little bit of my own echo, or you could just turn my volume down a little bit if I'm loud enough for you. You could just turn that down a little bit.
Turn the volume down a little is what I'll do.
Yeah, because
Because I
it's just
have them, but they kind of give me a headache.
don't do that.
I
Yeah,
have yet to find any that are comfortable.
it's just my audio coming back into the mic. That's all. So it sounds better now. Good to go.
Okay.
James did say something a little bit ago. He said take cinnamon capsules and fish oil capsules. Now those both sound good. I want to point out though, with fish oil, you got to be careful the sources that you get some of this stuff from. I remember a story about places like GNC and stuff where they get some of their vitamins and how they make this stuff. For a specific fish oil specifically was the story I saw where they just take, like at a slaughterhouse where they're actually filleting the fish parts that we would eat, they take all of the leftovers and just mash them and squeeze them all together, all of the leftover pieces of fish, squeeze out the fish oil and the was it E3 or what is it? What's the fish oil name? Anyway, fish oil is one of them. There's a 3 on it. I thought mercury. No, not mercury.
DHA, critical DHA is the most important one. EP something.
There's another one I can't think of. But either way, that was just the only one I saw the story about where they just they take the scraps from something to try to squeeze out those vitamins, and then you take them as a clean source of vitamins when a lot of it isn't. So you got to be careful. I don't
Chemicals
know
is the worst problem
Yeah.
if they're using a chemical method, but there's more to it than
yeah.
that. Dosage. So literally, you would have to take like a handful, and then they're gonna So here's my recommendation so that it's not gross and you're not taking handfuls of it and you get what you need. Barleans. It comes in a bottle and it's a creamy liquid and it has a great flavor. You can get like mandarin, orange, lime, lemon, all these different
Barleans, okay.
flavors. Barleans, Barlea in apostrophe S, I believe. It's a creamy liquid. You keep it in your fridge, tablespoonful a day, and you're going to get enough DHA from that. Whereas even the Norwegian Gold, which is supposed to be top tier and is very expensive, by the way, you're still not getting enough DHA. And the older you get, the more DHA you need. So I've been using that one for a long time. Yeah.
DHA. I don't know if there are any multivitamins that you trust, but like there are some of these now companies that I think they seem a little more legit. Like for instance, Joe Rogan's been advertising AG1 for forever. I have never tried it yet, but it's supposed to be sort of like a I don't want to call it a multivitamin without knowing more, but it's supposed to encompass multiple things that we've been needing. So I wonder if there's any. Have you ever heard of?
Single multi is not good. A single multi is not good, but some synergistic combinations
that's
save
what
you
I'm
a little
getting at.
money.
Some
But
of
you
it
don't want
does
to
work
take
together.
like one for everything because you won't get enough. Yeah.
You won't get enough, and it may not even stay in your system. A lot of vitamins want to bond to foods that you eat and then just flush right out the system. So
Here's what you do. Sit down with your favorite LLM, whether it's Grok or ChatGPT or do both, consult, and go through your stacks of vitamins and say, which of these need to be taken together? And what, like, do they need to be empty stomach before a meal, with a meal? What types of food go with it? I did that. I've got a container here with 3 drawers. It's all organized for morning, midday, and evening. And you find out that way, say, ask specifically, is there any conflict? Because some vitamins even compete for pathways. For the most part, food, like, circumnavigates that problem because food is designed in a way that it provides what you need altogether. But some of us don't get enough from our food, obviously. So that's the issue.
Or eat too much other stuff. You might eat some healthy, but then if you eat too much other like processed, not just sweets, but like processed stuff, then it gets in the way. Anyway, we can go on and try that all day. But what's up, Margaret? What's up, everybody on the Rumble? Hit the like button. Let's see some dancing bananas. Let's get excited up in here. That we're learning about stuff important to our survival. It's like there's no other. I don't know of another show, at least a live video show, that is specifically geared towards these topics every time. Now, I will say that, like, say, Joe Rogan or some of my other podcasts that I watch, when they do have a health person on, like, that is, like, one of the bigger episodes they have. They get that people are interested in these things. Or not just health, but, like, he's had, like, this regenerative farmer on a few times. And I think those are all pretty big episodes because he's really given them the details on how things have come to more, I guess, popularize the regenerative farming. So I am definitely not reading this whole thing, but this says, please, southbound hikers, take a plastic grocery bag of wood shavings to the Jenkins privy, put the shavings in the metal can in the privy if possible, and then take the plastic bag to the next trailhead at this point mile marker. If the metal can in the privy is full, then put the plastic bag and shavings outside of the privy on the left side. Thank you. So this is it's like hiking trails, and sometimes there's different like cabins.
PCT. Yeah.
So this says there's a neurovirus outbreak in the Appalachian Trail every single year. It starts in the south and carries for hundreds of miles, making hikers sick all along the way, and continually spreading. It's so contagious that if you are just around someone who is infected, you are guaranteed to get it yourself. It's one of the reasons why I don't stay in hotels during the season. I don't stay in shelters. I don't use privies, and I don't drop deuces around campsites. And I guess that's just good. That's about the last one's just good advice in general. One of the other reasons that I don't do these things is because of pinworms. So this is kind of a combination post talking about different outbreaks in that area at least. But the pinworms, I think, no, that's not the same thing. I read about this worm, like a a parasite that was making people dumber, and that's why we started thinking of
Oh,
Southerners
that's
as dumb.
toxoplasma. Toxoplasma.
Yeah, and there's another worm that they were that was causing because they were walking around bare feet a lot. I forgot what
Oh,
it's called. It was a parasite. Anyway, it's a separate
yeah.
thing. Nope, nobody. I'll look it up in a second because now I can't remember. Nobody talks about pinworms yet. 20% of long distance hikers are going to be infected, and many of them will go about their day not even knowing. So I don't know about pinworms. Pinworms cause anal itching. That's their
Yeah.
claim to fame. Usually this occurs at night, but a heavier infection will cause the itching at any time. The females lay eggs in the anus. On the anus, they produce a natural adhesive to keep the eggs in place. The the infected person scratches the itch and collects the eggs under their fingernails, and that's how they spread. Well, first of all, I don't know where you're at that you're scratching using your fingernails to scratch your butthole. Look, guys, we have things now. We have there are things to use now. You have tools and
Wipes
such.
and medication.
Yes. Let's just keep you're running the risk of making scratching giving yourself a wound doing something like that anyway. That's how they spread. Eggs can live on surfaces for up to 2 weeks. Though they hatch on the anus in 6 to 8 hours. Oh snap! Are you grossed out yet? Well, you should be, but wait, there's more. Oh no, there's more. The eggs under the fingernails are being left on surfaces that many hikers touch, but that's not exactly what spreads them. What spreads them is that when someone touches an infected surface, they then ingest them by eating with dirty hands or touching their mouth. Yes.
Which, look, when you're camping, you kind of get in that mode. If it's dirt, we don't think about it as much. You should, because there are parasites in the soil, but you don't think about it as much. But when it comes to hygiene after the toilet, you should be very much meticulous. Even if it's self-limited, as far as your environment, you should be meticulous about your hygiene with yourself, because there's things that you can hurt yourself with from your own body.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chris, you said you got booted off Facebook last night. Chris was trying to come up on my little live stream I did, and then you got booted? What? You mean you're restricted from Facebook, Chris? Interesting. That sucks, but you know why? I mean, this is why I openly tell you about my issues with the book while live, and you guys know that I've been telling you about this for years. So go and find us other places. I'm building a community that's not just a one site or even the internet. It's a worldwide, internet wide. Anyway, there's something else I wanted to address. Oh yeah, Alice says, post it so we can know which one to buy about the nasal irrigation. So she said she's waiting for my review. I bet she's interested too. I think a lot of people could benefit from one of those things. All right, so let's go. We got 15 minutes before we'll go to the number post. I do a spin for my subscribers once every episode. It won't take long.
I just figured out my miles, by the way, for that virtual marathon I started last year.
Okay.
I only have 12 miles
let's hear about
left.
it before we move on. Okay, so
I only have 12 more miles left.
What was your goal time?
So the whole thing was I first started it because I was supporting someone else, who then promptly just kind of disappeared on me. So,
right.
Because of some of my health challenges, I was not able to finish it last year, but I committed to doing the miles, so I kept tracking. So it's taken me 2 years to finish it instead. The whole thing is it's called Run the Year, and it was 2,024 miles in 2024. So this year they're doing 2,025 miles. They match the year,
Sure.
They might have difficulty with that. But
so you just try to you just log your miles throughout the year?
Fitbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a smartwatch, and it's so annoying to keep it charged for me, and I don't end up using it.
I only have to charge it once a week. It's a simple device.
Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
every day. It's a
Oh God, yeah, I
fossil. It's a
can do that.
fossil. It's probably
'Cause
it's
this
a
tracks my sleep pattern.
it's a fossil brand, and probably it's like several years old, so it's a fossil in that right
Yeah.
as well. But
So just 12 miles, I'm almost done.
that's awesome. That's that 2000. So what was it?
2024.
2024. Wow. Oh, so
Took
the
me 2
miles.
years,
I
but
get what you meant by that. Okay, it
yep.
matches. So 2025 would be this year.
Now I'm
So
excited. I can get it off my plate.
yeah, and like maybe then you might be more interested to do it again. I don't know. Is it something?
Never. Never. I am never doing this again.
Nice.
I like
Chris.
tracking my miles and just going, "Oh, cool, accomplishment," without
Right.
having to, like, kill myself to get
Hmm.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to you like run to the end of the year and then still be too far behind and have to try and stress about it. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
good. Goals, reaching those kind of goals are awesome because it's a personal sort of push, a personal challenge to yourself. Um,
Yeah.
That's crazy, Chris. Chris, he yeah, you can't talk about drugs in the chat. He asked me if I ever tried DMT in the live chat, and that booted him from Messenger and from Facebook. So yeah,
And that's not
sorry about that,
even
bro.
just DMT. Good Lord.
Uh, Brenda, he can say that on Rumble. He can't say it over there on the Facebook.
Yeah,
Technically,
you can
you're
talk about anything
mostly
here, I guess.
right. Just about. There are certain things that will get you triggered, but mostly like it's highly legal things that they worry about.
TikTok will flag you for having a bottle of wine in the background.
Yeah. Like Rumble is crazy. Like I actually don't eat. It's like how do I describe it? It's like the wand of power, but I don't want to grab it because Rumble literally lets me like I could just watch movies live with people. I could just steal other people's live streams and just play them on as my channel on Rumble, and they don't say anything, they don't do anything, and I'm like that is just asking for trouble, because 5 years from now when the lawyers catch up and they actually do start to crack down on those things, then you're ass out. Like I mean, people like literally I could just replay popular shows as a channel, and it's just wow, it's like Wild West. But I don't want to go down that road. It's like it's tempting. It's like the One Ring. Don't do it.
Risk.
Yeah, it's risky for sure. So okay, guys, let's get 2 more people in the Rumble, and we'll do a read. I'm excited about this little plan I have to build the Rumble chat up enough that these ad reads are like, you know, a few bucks, 10, 20 bucks, and then I'm going to start taking half of whatever we make from the ad reads, because you guys being in the chat are here on Rumble. If we can work together by doing that, I'll give half of the ad reads up to the chat, to the audience. I don't know the legalities on that, but if it's only a few bucks, like 10, 20 bucks, I don't think it's going to be a problem. If it gets bigger than that, then I could maybe have to do some other kind of a fun thing with it. But I think it's kind of cool because I'm very open about the fact that Rumble is giving me these ads. I don't like know these companies. I'm not endorsing them personally, but I'll take a couple bucks for the ad read. Thanks, Rumble. Okay, back to the show. We got 10 minutes here. Let's see what this one. Chinese develops bulletproof material that is 3 times stronger than Kevlar and only 1.8 millimeters thick. Now, right away, I'm thinking fake. You know, I'm guessing there's something that is like a material they've developed, maybe, but I doubt it's like. I mean, I'm sure it's like very small arms, if anything. So we're gonna ask Brock about it real quick. Let's see what he says. What they say. Has China developed a bullet-proof material that is, I guess, better than Kevlar?
Kevlar piercing?
I don't know how you spell Kevlar. Is it with an H in there somewhere? Kevlar. No, I spelled it right. Grok doesn't know the word. That's all. Better than Kevlar and very thin. How about that? I hope so. Let's see. I know I always see these ads, these AI companies, and we're going to get to that. Actually, we can do that after this. But these AI ads where they're like, "Oh, I just see people still using it like a search engine." Like, okay, I mean, yeah, it's a good search engine. I'm definitely still going to use AI for search engines, but I'm also going to I always try to cross-reference. It's basically just sampling many different sites to find the information. It says, yes, in November 2025, researchers led by Jin Zhang at Peking University in China developed a new composite fiber material that outperforms Kevlar in strength, toughness, and ballistic resilience while being significantly thinner. Now, let me just point out that Kevlar is not bulletproof.
No, it's not.
Kevlar is not bulletproof. Even the Kevlar helmets that we use in the military are designed with aerodynamics involved, where the chances of a like a ricochet, or not, how do you put, like the bullet coming at an angle and bouncing because of the roundness of the helmet versus being able to just go right through the Kevlar if it was like a flat surface. That's why we had Kevlar vests, but we did not have, like, the Kevlar wasn't the bulletproof part. We put these plates, they called them SAPI plates, which were made of ceramic, a thick plate that puts inside the vest, like a pocket inside the vest, a big plate that covers your vitals, and that part was the bulletproof part, not the Kevlar around it. That's just literally slows down some shrapnel, and maybe it might slow some small arms, but yeah.
So what ChatGPT is saying is it's I don't know if this is what that said there. The team developed a new carbon nanotube enhanced fiber that significantly improves on traditional Kevlar-like materials. Was that what it was saying?
I'll just read the key details. This material combines a heterocyclic aramid, similar to the base of Kevlar, with aligned, treated, long, single-walled carbon nanotubes. There, yep, okay.
Yeah.
Nanotubes prevent.
So an improvement over it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, these carbon nanotubes, many years ago, I heard China developing these with an idea of a space elevator using these tubes and just tons of, like, strands and strands and strands of these carbon nanotubes that would be stronger than, steel or whatever. So there's a lot being done with carbon. I like the graphene, and there's another graph, something similar.
Yeah.
But we're actually able to use carbon now, so much so that we are going to have to compete with plants for carbon dioxide eventually, because of the products being made with this. So we might actually have to turn to a dirtier society on purpose to create more carbon into the air, just on purpose. Like,
people don't realize.
Yeah. Yeah. We are in a drought. We're in a carbon drought right now.
And we're more balanced than people act like we are. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of hype.
So it's in research right now. We'll just leave that one. So they're researching it. It is interesting. This obviously all these now are an AI picture every time. It's every time you see these, like, inventions coming out. Go back. Okay, that was from Engineering Post. Oh yeah, I forgot. I like to shout out who I'm getting this from. Oh no, did this skip me back to the top? No. I gotta slow down on saving so many articles, but everything is just interesting, and some of it is pretty informative. Now, we already saw this. Okay, scromiting. There's a whole bunch of scromiting articles now out there with about cannabis. All right, here, let me put us back up while I scroll around trying to find where the heck I left off at. I'm getting closer. Oh, there it is. Okay. About 5 minutes, guys. If you haven't got yourself a number on the number post, make sure you do. What's up, Joe, over on the Rumble? Ryan. Oh, yeah, Joe, you're on the YouTube as well. Yeah, guys, if you haven't found us on the YouTube, I do appreciate that.
Julian Brown.
Okay, here's another video from Eddie Griffin. He's a funny guy, but he's also trying to, like, he's also trying to get info out there. It says building something real, then vanishing like Wi-Fi in the hood.
The genius inventor put the plastic gasoline, plastiline, I think is what he's calling it, and started the car with it.
Hey, it's empty. It's not starting up.
Some wind. This shit really do stink, bro. We need some wind in here.
I saw this part. I saw this before. There was like a still picture that was going around.
Let's give a round of applause for this brother. And please keep your head on the swivel, because motherfuckers that invent just keep disappearing mysteriously. Not like Greater Bird, Thornburg, because she disappeared and had a camera in herself, in her face, so she could tell the world that I'm in a cell with bed bugs. Sounds too convenient to me. Sounds like a trigger. They trying to trigger somebody. Yeah.
Oh, very mysterious.
But you ain't so slick, another greasing won't do you. Julie.
Another greasing won't do you. I'm not sure what he meant by that. Very conspiratorial. But anyway, I don't know if this is real. The kid or this guy, I guess, is a young man. I've heard before. I've heard years ago that people talking about turning plastic into a fuel. You can burn plastic and create electricity that way, if you wanted to, but it just would be pretty dirty, pretty bad. So it's interesting because it's made out of petroleum, so you would think there'd be a way to break it back down into some kind of usable liquid. I don't know about the Eddie Griffin, conspiracy angle, but he actually, I played another video of his recently. It was a couple of weeks ago, where he warns you that when you sign up or when you get surgery, and because I might be getting surgery soon, more than likely, he warns you that when you sign up or when you sign the paperwork, there's certain terminology. I forget what he said, but basically says that they can give you whatever it is they think that you need to have while you're under anesthesia, and, which can include the vaccine or any vaccine.
Yeah, we did touch on that before, yeah.
Oh, was that you? Okay, you were with me on that one? Yeah, that's the other video.
Yeah, I was very specific when Jim was in the hospital, and I mean, I was very confrontational about it, and they were just kind of like, yeah, kind of thing, and I kind of held back the clipboard, and I said, no, really, I'm telling you that every decision needs to be run by me. I'm in charge of decisions if he's not able to, and I'm telling you, no vaccines. Because if I find out somebody did, I have a lawyer.
Right.
I was pretty blunt about it. And they were like, we won't do anything that's not discussed. I said, okay.
And to be fair, there's probably, I was going to say, there's probably plenty of teams that are fine and don't try and do that. But there are, cases of people given things that they didn't want to have and or caused further problems. And I even had a case of malpractice with a VA surgery that I had, but at the time I was going through trying to get VA disability for certain things, and they basically tacked it on as a thing that I qualify for disability rather than allowing me to get a lawyer up and go and sue the VA for doing the surgery differently than they said they were going to do it, and different things that caused me grief in the future. And it's like the guy's like, well, do you want this whole thing to go to nothing, or do you want to just shut up and let it go through and get your disability or whatever? Basically, he gave me this ultimatum, like, do you want to fight it and maybe get nothing, or do you want to just be quiet and take what you can get? I'm like, I didn't have the money to lawyer up at that time, but yeah, pretty much. It wasn't even a legit settlement. It was just like, we'll just tack it on as an extra thing inside your.
Yeah, the go away thing, the pat, and there you go. I hate that. Jim had a neck injury that we took a settlement because the lawyer warned us this could drag out for years, and he was tired of going to the workers' comp doctor and having them poke at him. Does this hurt? Ow! Does this hurt? Yeah, it hurts. Routine of doing that every couple of weeks. And he knew, like, if we dragged it out, he might lose.
Right.
So, We took a fraction of what he was really entitled to because it was a permanent neck injury.
Well, hey, Joe. Joe, I'm going to add you on here, number 11. And it looks like Chris giving us the what for about last night. I don't have any other way to message you. They hammered me for that. Wow, Chris. Chris, I highly, I am not just saying this, brother. I highly recommend that you come and find me on X. It's free. You can join my group over here. It's not very big, and I don't do a lot on it, but they do have like they need fixed communities. It is really kind of pointless on X, but people who are used to Facebook, who are used to groups and stuff, you can jump right into that and do basically the same stuff. Yeah, Chris, find me on X, man. They have a built-in chat or like a messenger inside of that, and everything's right there. So, yeah, that sucks, bro. Like, I don't know when or if they'll let you back, but yeah, they suck. The censorship and stuff. It's ridiculous. Okay, make sure I got everybody. Okay, number 11 is Joe Orzel. Let's do the spin. This is for all my subscribers and anybody that is, supportive. Join the team, join the community. I think I need to change this. Consider 2026 as the year, as my year. It's all gonna happen this year. McAbee's Live Market's taking off. Might even have Wayland the Indoor Farmer LLC coming this year. So, I put out a post today looking for anybody who has an interest in sponsoring, whether that's monetary or coming into game night in some way. Hit me up, guys. If you have a website here, let me see what we got options for to read. See what Tala thinks. Tala, I got a Blue Chew. I can read about Blue Chew. Let's see what else. That's the best one, so I might have to take it. 33 cents. It's not nothing to write home about, but 33 cents is better than 13 cents to talk about Rumble Premium. We got 29 cents. What's that?
With the 33 cents, yeah, it's more.
I mean, and some fellas out there might need to hear about Blue Chew. We just had one more person came in and went from 33 to 48 cents. So that's what gives you guys an idea. The more of our friends jump into the Rumble chat, the better it becomes. Okay, number 9. Oh, I didn't even write this one down today. Number 9, and let's see the door price for later. We Grow Wednesday. This is December 17th, 2025. I know that because my electric bill is due today. Okay, who's number 9? Then we got one more spin again tomorrow night for people in the boxes. If you didn't know, we're doing the current events episode tomorrow, and of course join us to play the game in the chat. We'll get more chances to win the door prize. Diane, congratulations, you win. And look at that, as soon as I started talking about it, people leave. Come on back, guys. Now it's down to 42 cents. I'll take it. Let's go. Before we move on to the rest of the show here, let me just tell you a little bit about a free month, first free month from the chewable known as Blue Chew. Well, the Blue Chew is not the actual pill. It's the company that creates the thing. Not a pill, but a chewable, I guess. Blue Chew chewable tablets are made with active ingredients found in popular ED medications, but in chewable form and at much more affordable prices. No waiting rooms, no pharmacy lines, just a quick online visit, and once approved by a licensed medical provider, Blue Chew sends the chewable straight to your door. Look, guys, Blue Chew is an upgrade button for your sex life. Level up and get your first month free at BlueChew.com, and we've got a special deal for our Rumble listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code RUMBLE. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code RUMBLE. All plans include an online health assessment, prescription medication if appropriate, monthly refills, and ongoing medical support. A prescription will only be written if deemed medically appropriate after an online health assessment with a licensed provider. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Hey, look at that. They gave me 45 cents. Thanks, Blue Chew. Now we got 17 people in the house. See how that works? You talk about it, and then they come. Wait, that's not right. Okay, let's go. Let's move on here to the. Yeah, it's funny. Blue Chew is kind of like one of the first ones on the scene, but there's a bunch of those things out there now. There's patches and all kinds of stuff. Just be careful, men. Be careful what you take. What else here?
Yeah.
Do you have 5 minutes?
All right, guys.
What is this one about? Open up your hips and legs drill. Okay.
Let's grab your ankle weights, and we're gonna open up our hips in 5 minutes. First, we have leg lifts directly to the side, not to the back struggle corner, but to the side. When we're up for 3, 4, make sure you're engaging your glutes. Up for 5, make sure you're keeping the arms straight. Up for 6, down, and 7.
It's really 5 minutes long.
Up for 8.
So you see that
down,
exercise. We'll skip ahead a little bit.
Keeping the very intentional and very mindful about keeping the.
And I want to remind you guys too. I've been saying this since I started this the way we do it on Wednesdays. I do save all these, so if anyone's interested to like rewatch to find the exercise or whatever, let me know.
Leg directly to the side. Left leg up 1.
Okay. So she does the
Directly
left
to the
leg,
side, keeping your gaze forward and keeping those arms straight. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Up next, we're going to flip it over and get into our reclined middle splits. Engaging the glutes every single time you open your legs. The toes are reaching away from the body. Using our glutes to really open the pelvis, and muscles are reaching from pelvis to knees, and then you're finding that extension all the way through to your toes.
You can see on her ankles she has these weights, and that's helping to use gravity so that you're not having to push on your legs.
Bring it in. Open wide for 5, and in 6, and those are reaching. 6, 2, 1, open wide and hold, and bringing it close. The toes are set. 3 to our back towards the floor, and then we're gonna fold the knees to touch each other for 1. Open wide and engage the glutes. And folding for 2.
That's going to be a
open wide, engage the glutes, pull the knees all the way back. Fold for 3. And pull the knees back to the floor. Fold for 4. And pull the knees back to the floor, engaging the glutes.
She's got one more, it looks like.
Back. Taking our hands to the inside of our thighs, we're going to lift the feet off of the floor, using that pressure along the inside of the thighs to get wider with the hips. We're getting wider, and then we're finding that extension all the way through the heels of the feet for 1. And then we're going to come back into frog. You want to make sure that you're engaging the glutes, holding the glute engagement, and pushing on the inside of the thigh. And our knees are strapped over our ankles, making the shape of a goalpost. We're going to engage the glutes, open the knees as wide as we can, bring the pelvis down to the floor. Then we're going to bring it down to our forearms. We're holding and breathing.
Okay, that's enough. So, believe it or not, it's important for everybody. It's not a sexual thing. If anyone's thinking that out there, I mean, yes, it could probably help you in your sex life, but I mean, just when I'm doing like rotational exercises and stuff, I really am trying to work my hips to make sure that my sockets are nice and like limber, and I don't know if the limber is the right word to say, but like loose and able. I don't know. What do? You ever tried yoga, Tala? I've never done actual yoga, but that kind of seems like a little bit of yoga-ish.
Yeah, it's kind of a complex topic. So I'm a Wuxi style Tai Chi practitioner. I started studying that in my early 20s. I don't do it enough, but with all of my health issues, sometimes my routine gets interrupted. So I'm working on getting back into that. So Tai Chi has been beneficial, and I'm glad that I decided to study it when I did. Because, as it turns out, I didn't find out until this year, I'm hypermobile.
Oh, yeah. You
So,
did that.
Yeah, the only thing you can really do in that instance, besides tweaking your nutrition, which helps a little bit, is strengthen the muscles? Strengthen the muscles to do what they're not supposed to have to do because your connective tissues are not strong enough. They don't you're not producing and utilizing collagen correctly. So because of that, stretching is complex. I need to stretch, but I don't need to stretch the same way that somebody else would. And it's not easy to figure out how to target a muscle without overloading, say, a tendon.
Mm.
That's why I'm in physical therapy, because there are ways to target muscles without causing injury to the connective tissues. But
Yeah, that would be tough.
one of your best tools for that is mobility, which is not what people think it is. When you hear mobility, you think of two different things. You think of being able to get up and walk, move around. They use that for the elderly. Mobility is the issue, being able to take care of yourself. Not that kind. And not flexibility. Flexibility can be gained with passive stretching exercises. So, mobility in this context is your strength in the outer range of motion. Um, for example, the difference between passive and being able to actually move that limb or digit in that range of motion. So, ankle rotations that are slowly done at the outer, controlled articular rotations can be done with any joint, the hip included. When you do controlled articular rotations, you are gaining strength in the outer range of motion rather than the passive, and that's actual mobility, and that will protect
Hmm.
you from injury. Even if you're not hypermobile, you should be developing that type of mobility.
Let me ask you something. I might be doing this without knowing it, but I'll watch TV, and I'll do like knee lifts while I'm standing there as high as I can, higher than that. I'm not giving you guys too much of a show, but then I'll do knee lifts and I'll rotate out. I'll lift up, rotate out, doing that both sides, one side and
That
the other
and
side.
that is one of the
Yeah.
Tai Chi exercises that we do with warm-ups, but you do them slowly. You
Hmm.
wanna do it in a controlled manner. So you're developing balance on the leg that your foot's on the
Hmm.
floor at the same time. And pay attention to your form, because typically what people will do when they start out, they lift that leg and they'll lean to compensate because they
Hmm.
don't wanna fall over.
Right.
So the idea is to keep your core straight when you do that. Bring that knee up and out as far as you can and down slowly. And then after you've done a set that way, you do the opposite direction, bringing it in.
I could see that because usually you're doing this jerking motion all at once trying to do it, and that's throwing you off balance. Yeah.
Momentum. Yeah, you're not utilizing momentum. You want to actually use those muscles and do it in a very controlled manner.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yesterday I did it the other way. Instead of coming up and out, I went out and in, like went from the other
Yes.
way, and just kind of rotating both directions. I'll stand there and I'll just do all the different rotation exercises that I can do, and it's like it's a little bit of exercise, but it's also a little bit of stretching, kind of at the same time. Um,
Look in YouTube for you can just abbreviate it CARS, controlled articular rotations. They call it CARS. Yeah. But look up controlled articular rotation exercises
I do
and
this
there's some really
one.
good. Yes. We do that in Tai Chi warm up, but also slowly. So,
Yeah, that's how I do it.
well, funny thing is I'd been with my Sifu long enough that if she was having a bad asthma day, she would pull up a chair and sit down, and she was just adorable. Little Chinese woman. She'd say, "Advanced student has a uniform. You watch her." So I'm
Ah,
like, she'd tell me to come to the front. I'm all, no pressure. So my form was good, so she trusted me with that. After I'd been there for a few years, she actually assigned me to someone who was struggling and said, correct her form. And I was like, again, no pressure, but she trusted me with it. So I
it puts you
watched
into
this
that
girl when she,
teaching point, like putting you into a teaching perspective versus a learning perspective does give it's a different feel to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to assist. I would go for the beginning class and then stay for or actually no, beginning and advanced. Advanced was first and then the beginning was later. So I would stay through that class. She wouldn't allow me to stay with the beginners even though I wanted to. So I said, okay, if I come for the advanced, can I stay through the beginners? that's when she put me to work.
Yeah, right. If
She's
you
cool
know
when she
enough.
showed up, that hip rotation is done straight-legged and very slow and very intentional because you're working all your spine and everything. And she got up there and it was like a dance move. Woo. And I'm
Hey,
watching her going. So that was the one that she assigned me to teach her.
hey, more Richard Simmons, less Tai Chi, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, let's check out this next one here. Two teenagers from Texas developed a powerful pen-sized device that uses ultrasonic sound waves to remove up to 90% of microplastics from water in a single pass. I saw this
Nice.
before. I don't know if it's real. We'll check it out. Mechanical Mind is where it came from.
They were
Um,
using a boom for a while. I don't know if they still are, like basically sifting and scooping it.
hmm. Says it earned them $50,000, proving young minds are literally cleaning up our future. It reminds me of another story of a young man who created a like an unmanned boat system that would pick up the garbage from the Pacific.
That
Yeah,
yeah.
and it would pick it up and then put it into these bins that would compress it, and then you'd have these usable, actually, like they could take it and reuse the material.
So
But
essentially, if you have a glass and you're not sure, you got a glass of water, you don't know if there's microplastics, this removes it then?
that's what it's saying here. Let's see.
Oh.
Did two Texas teens create a device that removes microplastics? I'm just going to leave it real short because that way it finds as much information as possible. If you make it too specific, it may just go straight to the article that you got it from. And so, let's see. Their innovation is a compact pen-sized tube equipped with piezoelectricity transducers that are electric transducers that generate acoustic forces. These forces push microplastics particles away from the water flow, trapping them while allowing clean water to pass through. Very interesting. Lab tests showed it removed 84 to 94% of common microplastics, like it's a bunch of these names we've heard before, in a single pass, with efficiency up to 96% in a two-stage setup. It
Early
also,
stage, not commercially available yet, but yeah.
hmm, well, yeah, I mean, this looks like it says it was done in 2024, Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair. That would be
I
a
would
cool
buy
thing to
that.
go. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to go to one of these fairs just to see all the inventions and different things.
You
That's a
touched on
side.
one issue there for a second, though. I mean, this is like part of what I was talking about with when I sent you that message earlier. The debate. What happens is these large language models, like Grok, like ChatGPT, and all of that, they're accessing the web info.
Hmm.
And so, what happens when that info is corrupt? So
And
we are
it at
running
least
straight
becomes part
down.
of what it takes. Like, even if it doesn't, you don't know what part of it is from the corrupted. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry to
So
interrupt you.
it's an inaccurate echo chamber, and we're running straight down that channel to a serious problem because then what happens when all the info that's on the web is these popular myths?
Right.
It can't tell you if it's true or not.
So
Yeah.
is that a little bit about, okay? So let's get into it. That's what you were wanting to bring up. Was this? I heard not too long ago that they were worried that AI was just like eating its own refuse and becoming more and more distorted, and not really knowing what
Yeah.
reality is when it comes to information. So
Yeah, and for example, Grok is not as accurate as most X users would like to say that it is. I've caught Grok not only
oh,
with
me too.
misinformation, but also disinformation. I caught Grok lying months ago. I mean, willfully, okay? Because Grok is designed to be your chummy companion, make you feel good.
Hmm.
Total echo chamber. So it gets very creative and will start telling stories unless you stop it and say, wait a second, you got to push back. So you need to have some knowledge on your own. You should anyway.
Right.
Even Chat GPT, you can catch it with misinformation, but it does not willfully lie to you like Grok does. It will, in fact, say, "You're right to push back. I checked it, and yes, that was inaccurate." And it will apologize to you.
Right, it'll actually correct itself, but Grok will just keep arguing with you for a
Yeah,
while.
it'll argue. Yeah.
I
So,
use
I
it
mean,
because I pay for it. I don't do it. I mean, I have the whatever $40 a month
oh wow,
blue check mark for Super Grok or whatever.
$8.
Yeah, well, I think that's what I'm paying. I'd have to look to make sure, but I'm pretty sure they like automatically upgraded everybody a while back and without your choice, and so and I just
Yeah.
kept it that way because I do use it, but it is not something that I want to think of as always factual. The reason we use it in this case
Yeah.
is by seeing a post on Facebook and then cross-referencing it over on Grok. The chances of like them both saying that is true make it like I'll just say it gives it a little more credibility. I'm not gonna still not gonna believe everything that I
Yeah.
bring up, but it's yeah, I hate to say that, but it's kind of like healthy skepticism is the only way to go nowadays.
One
But
of my
anyway,
fellow
yeah,
creators, he says to use 3. He's
yeah,
like, "I have a team that I consult with. Use 3 models." So, I think that's probably the best way to go.
hmm.
But,
Do you pay for
part of what
ChatGPT is paid for, right? Or no, that you can get a
I'm on
free
the
version.
free. I'm on
Okay,
the free, but it's very limited, but it's fine for now because I can't afford. I'm trying to make money, not spend money.
right.
So,
I hear that.
um, yeah. Well, part of what I mentioned earlier was I think people are throwing the baby out with the bathwater, though. There's a lot of vitriol. It's that bad. A lot of vitriol. A lot of even my niece said to me this last visit, "I'm anti AI." Well, I get it. She's a fashion designer, a costumer, all of these things. She doesn't want to lose her job, but just like everything else, let's not pretend that we weren't already using some version of AI. And to be honest, ChatGPT is not AI, it's a large language model. There is a difference.
Yeah.
So, AI is a nebulous term, but to tie it into health stuff, like I use those for like sorting out my stacks of vitamins, consulting. It speeds up my research, researching health conditions and solutions for them. It just makes the searching easier. So we can't just say, we can't just,
I needed to cover myself. I'm gonna go ahead and you just keep talking. I'm over here. I'm still here. I promise.
oh
What's
my
up,
God, that's
everybody?
hilarious.
This is Pimp Whalen.
So if we just say, "I'm anti AI" and reject all of it, it's fine if you want to take that hardline stance, and I get it. I'm an organic content creator myself. But if we throw it all out, we're just throwing out tools. And I actually put up a very lengthy post this morning on X about this. I had to adapt. Um, I was a very much in demand data entry clerk. I typed 90 words per minute.
Wow.
But at some point, they developed software that would scan several thousand pages per minute. And my job kind of went away.
Mm,
And, now we carry these little handheld devices that do much more than that. You can take a picture, you can scan stuff just like that. Nobody needs a data entry clerk these days. They might still exist, but I had trouble getting a job. That's why I haven't had a job in 22 years, right? Between that and my health. So, for the music industry, there's a lot of debate there. Auto tune has been around forever, you guys.
right.
Synthesized music has been around forever. So, again, let's not pretend we haven't already been using this. And if you're on social media, using a laptop, using a tablet, using a smartphone, all these things, we're already using these tools. So the truth is, you are not anti AI unless you plan on going Little House on the Prairie mode and giving it all up. What you're really
Right.
saying is, I don't want advancement. So, just like I say about social media is what you bring to it and what you make of it for yourself. I found a way to integrate AI generation into my content and what I do. I maintain the organic element in that I'm not allowing it to write a story for me. If I fictionalize it, I wrote it. If I'm taking it from my life experience, that's my real life experience. That's what my current series is about on sustainable mindset. It's from my experience with my mentors, training and developing a sustainable mindset, that foundation. My internal dialogue from that time frame, my real conversations with those people. That's what that is about. So this storyline is organic and the voiceover is me. I'm not using anything to generate my voice. I will not compromise on that. I don't want AI generated voice. But I am not a musician. I
Right.
want music though, and I want it to be something that I created from the vibe that I want for it. So I'm creating the music. I'm just using it as a tool, you
Do you
know?
hear? Can you hear the music in the background right now? I just
No.
paused it, but have you heard it up to now? No.
No.
So I made every bit of this music that's been playing in the background.
You know. And it's your creation.
Yeah, it's not bad either. Can you hear it
Mhm.
still? You still can't hear it?
No.
They must have taken it away completely from the
That or it could
guests.
just be too low to trigger the mic.
Well, I just cranked it, so I don't think so. But the thing is,
Oh.
they had an issue a while back that if I'm playing music in the background, the guest starts echoing. So they must have maybe just taken it away from you altogether. Like you
It's
just don't get the
dampening
audio.
it, yeah.
Wait. So
Okay.
have you been hearing the videos I've been playing?
The videos, yeah, with the
Yeah.
voice, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is very strange. Let me turn it. Let me turn it all the way up. Let's go. Oh yeah. Yeah, you hear it? I'm sure everybody else heard it really
Mostly I'm
loud.
hearing the percussion, but yeah.
Huh.
But
Must be
yeah, I
because you
mean, you're
turned me
using
down a
it as a
bit. That's all.
tool.
Yeah.
It fills in the gaps, which I'm gonna do with my film. And my film, I was supposed to be creating that on Jade, but they went completely AI, like 98%. So
Jade AI,
I gotta do
guys.
my film on my own. So the way I'm doing my film is, let's say I have a photo, but I want to recreate that scene. My brother took a photo of me walking down the road at Wawona campground with my blanket
Oh
around me.
yeah. Hmm.
I turned that into video. There was no video of that, but you can't tell. If you know AI and you look real close, you'll figure it out. But it's from a photo of me, so it does look like me. And yes, I was walking down the road. So I'm not making something up. It's just I'm animating the photo of that event. To me, that is an acceptable use of filling in the blanks because there's not enough
Yeah.
video from that trip. So I'm creating video that's things that actually happened without fictionalizing it. That I think is a good use. And like I said, researching health topics, whether it's your vitamins, your nutrition, your health conditions, doing your research, creating an exercise routine. I even used Grok one time when I had an episode of this. What do they call it? Where you lose your balance, benign something.
Vertigo? No.
Yeah, it's vertigo. It's a type of vertigo where the crystals in your ears are misaligned.
Hmm.
There's something called the Epley maneuver. And you have to lay on your back, hang your head off of the surface, and turn your head a certain way and then come up. I had Grok talk me through that because it happened and I've experienced it before. And it was so bad, the whole room was spinning, and I went, I can't even
Wow.
read. Like I can't look up the instructions. So I put it in voice mode, and that thing talked me through it, and I fixed
Nice.
it. So if we want to throw out all AI, you're losing access to that. You know what I had to do? Call my doctor, get a ride to my doctor, ask my doctor if he knows the Epley maneuver, ask my doctor to refer me to someone maybe, go to a specialist who can do the Epley maneuver. Why? I
Right.
fixed it. I was fine in an hour or two.
I wonder if you could have Grok talk you through like changing an alternator or stuff like that. Like all the stuff that people use YouTube for. Like I just watch YouTube videos to learn this or whatever. And now you could probably have Grok do it. Although, or an AI obviously.
I used it for changing the cabin filter in my car.
There you go. Interesting. Yeah, like I have a this year model of this car, and tell me what Like, yeah, I could see that easily. Interesting.
Yeah. The
Um,
simple things that we shouldn't have
wait, are
to
you
go to
telling
a
me
specialist for.
you telling me this isn't the proper thing to use AI for?
I
Come
love
on.
it.
doesn't even really look like you get like in the mouth. It looks a little different than me, like just a tiny bit.
You
I can
saw
see
my
it.
profile picture
Oh,
change.
what did I just do?
Those were actually organic photos, but you've seen I've had a few that were AI. Yeah.
My camera just shut off on me. Hold on a second.
Oh, we lost you. It's now the
Jeez.
Tala Smith show.
Yeah, Tala, you can take it away.
Take over.
Did that work? Okay, cool. Yeah.
There you are.
You buy like a nice camera, 4K, and all this, and it just does stuff that whatever it wants to. Like it's just, you
Yeah,
can't
as you can tell,
even.
I haven't even done my external camera yet. I'm still just using the one in the laptop. It's easy.
It's a tiny bit. It's not bad, but there's just like the fuzziness. Like it's just a little bit low resolution. Is all. That's really not bad. My side, however, is supposed to be 4K, but every so often, if I look at my phone, which is playing the Facebook Live, it goes fuzzy. My I don't know how to put it. My feed or my output goes fuzzy to people, like going through OBS and Rumble Studios, and then to
I
the
don't think it's
internet.
your camera.
No, it's
It's
something else in between there.
frames per second being processed through the system that you're using to go live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
OBS limits it to 1080p, but anyway, that's
Okay.
so maybe
That's
I'm
probably
just
why.
I'm trying to shove 4K through a 1080p, and maybe I don't know how to fix it, but anyway, this is a cool
10
invention.
pounds of something in a 5-pound bag.
Yeah, 10 or 5 pounds of milk in a 10-pound bag. No, that was what movie was that? Anyway, like Bags of Sand, 40-Year-Old Virgin. I think he was talking about. Anyway, okay, what's this say? Don't tell secrets in the garden. The potatoes have eyes, the corn has ears, and the bean stalk. The
Beanstalk.
That's not really anything I needed to talk too much about, but I thought it was fun from my friend Sean. Thanks for that, Sean. Beanstalk, I love it. This is the future from.
Look at this. He's got cameras and everything. He does all this stuff.
Yes.
And they say he has sensitivity down to
1
ounce, like a pressure. Like,
wow.
Like it'll know if it's putting an ounce of pressure or a pound of pressure on something. And it does all this. It knows what. So it's like.
I wouldn't mind turning that task over to a robot.
Right.
I don't see the price or anything. This is, I think, was a proof of concept and showing you that it works.
Yeah, there's no.
But it like knows where certain things are, and it recognizes them. Look at this. He's got cameras and everything. He does all.
Yeah, that's intense. I mean, that there's going to be AI involved in that for sure. And
well, we knew it was headed that way when we got the Roomba.
Right. Yeah, I mean, isn't that a form of it? Like, I don't even know what you would call the programming in a Roomba, like rudimentary.
This isn't really, I mean, this is robotic. It's going to follow the programming to do precise tasks.
But yeah, I guess we don't know enough about this, but what happens if a kid, loses a ball and the ball rolls in front of the robot, kid walks in front of the robot, is it going to see the kid or is it just going to keep doing its task, smack you with a robot arm? There you go.
Even the Roomba has those kind of sensors. It runs into something, it moves. Yeah.
Let the cat sit on the Roomba.
Yes, I love those videos. My brother has one, and their cat won't go near it.
The rapid spread of golden oyster mushrooms is terrifying scientists. I haven't heard about this. I don't know if it's true. From quarks
not
to
an
quasars.
edible variety.
Golden oysters, I think, are.
Oyster mushrooms usually are.
Ever among home growers and chefs is no longer staying in kitchens and cultivation kits. According to new research led by the University of Florida, this brightly colored fungus is spreading into wild forests across more than 25 U.S. states, with sightings now as far south as Texas, Louisiana, and Florida. That spread is alarming. Golden oysters are strong competitors. Once established on dead trees, they reshape the fungal community, reducing native biodiversity and potentially altering forest functions like it's an invasive. I don't know that. I wonder if we made this unnaturally, like a combination of, because it sounded like it wasn't in nature that much until we.
Natural.
They look harmless.
Natural.
Yeah. Okay. Golden oysters are sold widely in grow your own kits, farmers markets, and health food stores, but once introduced outdoors, intentionally or accidentally, they can escape, thrive, and outcompete species that evolve in balance with local ecosystems. So I wonder where it
Native
grows
to
naturally then. Maybe
native to
there's a.
East Asia. East
Okay.
Asia, so
Okay.
China, Japan, and Russia. That's why they're not natural here.
I see. Yeah, and they're just taking over. Yeah, that's what happens is
And
if you
that's
take.
typical. The stuff that comes
Yeah,
from Asia is so aggressive. We end up with all kinds of stuff from there, and it takes over.
the beetles, Asian beetles,
Carp,
carp. Yeah, I think there's several things now. Yeah, and we
uh,
have to be
where is
fair, we've
where is
done that.
kudzu from?
Kudzu, never heard of it.
Oh, really? Oh
What is
man,
it?
kudzu
Is
is a
it
big problem.
is it an animal or something?
Plant.
Oh,
It's like an invasive ivy, basically. It grows incredibly fast. I think it'd partly be in your region.
to be fair, we did do
Where is
this to some
kudzu
other
from?
countries. We've taken species of things to other countries and or other places and caused this type of thing to happen too. But I don't think nearly as much as Asia going to other places. I don't know. It's
Kudzu is
crazy.
also from East Asia. But it was introduced here in the late 1800s. It's been here a long time. It's just that it's kind of ramped up,
Hmm.
and it will blanket entire areas. And yeah,
Doesn't have a lot of natural predators, I guess, or not natural.
you can eat it.
Oh,
It's
really?
like
It's edible.
yeah, it's got some benefits as a medicine.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to learn a lot of that kind of stuff if we go through whatever whatever comes in the future. Like I don't fear like collapse of the U.S., Civil War, World War III. I don't fear these things because it's all part of the natural cycle of humans anyway. You might not think it's natural, but um, I don't fear those things. But to your point, knowing things around us that can be medicinal or edible, all that kind of stuff, man, like that's gonna be the difference between survival and not at some point in our lives. Maybe not in maybe not in our lifetime, but at some point in the future down the road, if you have family or are trying to carry on any kind of lineage, someone in your family is going to have to go through a thing, depression,
Yeah.
like a collapse of the nation, whatever. And having this information to keep out there, like that's what I think is great about the internet. The internet never, it says, what is it? The internet never forgets or whatever. And that is true for all the corrupted bad information, but it's also true for a lot of good stuff too. And if it comes down to you looking up, like, say, I don't know, let me think of something, like medicinal weeds, and you find one thing of information from it, and maybe it's wrong. You can. I had a point there and kind of lost. I was thinking like you could reference two, like you were talking about earlier, making sure we have maybe two books on natural remedies and see what they both say. And books is
Yep.
another thing too. I love to. I saw somebody recently said they are a collector of um, what how did they put it, physical media, collector of physical media. So they're collecting books and any sort of physical information, which is kind of a cool idea with all the corruption of the internet.
I
Um,
think it's I think it's important as far as invasive species and stuff that we just acknowledge that nano banana that we acknowledge that this is where we're at. Like for example, we can't get rid of the carp. We tried. Um,
some people eat
Kudzu
it.
is another issue like that. It's here. So what do we do with that? Right? Knowing that it's food and it's medicine, utilize it. Because I had to look it up. I was trying to remember. Yeah, 1 foot per day. So an active growing vine tip, which means if it sends out many runners, then that entire plant could have like if it's got 10 active vine tips, then it could grow for the whole plant 10 feet per day.
Wow.
Since each one is 1 foot per day. So then 60 feet in a growing season is just one vine tip. That's why it blankets all of that. So if it's so massive and so invasive and it's everywhere, then in the process of us pulling it out, at least let's utilize some of it. you know? And you can, like I said, buy kudzu supplements. I just think that there's probably more that we should be doing with that, especially
Right.
since it can be used as food. Yeah.
Um, I agree, especially if we can get that information out to people. It's like, hey, it may not be. Here's the dirty truth about a lot of these like weeds that we know of as edible or medicinal. Probably doesn't taste that great. Like it's probably not like the most delectable like thing that you want to go and find. But if you're talking about survival, hell, there's bark and I've shared a picture of a bunch of different trees that have leaves that are edible, like like maple leaves and like different leaves that you can eat by preparing them in some way. Oh, real quick, let me read a couple comments here. We got Diane. That's probably smart. She said, I decided never to get a Roomba after she saw the video of the Roomba running over dog poop and then just smearing it all over the all over the room. Yeah, that could be interesting.
Oh,
She also said before that she had to drive to physical therapy while having vertigo. Yeah, that would be. I couldn't imagine be like trying to be like while drunk trying to drive, but being fully aware.
yep.
Have a good day, Rose. Uh, I'm appealing it. Okay, Chris. Yeah, definitely appeal that. All right. I think it was the last. Hey, what's up, Gabe? How are you? Kayla's got winds of up to 60 miles an hour today. She lives on a mountain, so she might be in and out. Okay. All right. Mess. What's up, Mess? Mess Comedy hanging out with us. All right, guys. We got about 20 minutes. Thanks again, Tala, coming back, hanging out with us. I love having the back and forth with these topics because I'm bringing them up not because, hey guys, I'm telling you this is a fact, but hey guys, this is a thing that people are talking about. Let's discuss. You know what I mean? So I got to have somebody to discuss it with, and plus you've been really helpful doing the cross-referencing of different information. This is great. This one here, what do we say? Scientists have discovered that overripe bananas produce a potent compound that kills cancer cells while leaving healthy cells unharmed. I think I
But
heard this. Go
in
ahead.
vitro, you know what I mean? Is it in a petri dish?
It says brown
In the
bananas.
body, it's different.
Well, let me just go with discover the universe is who put it out. I don't know them. It says a 2025 scientist made a remarkable discovery: overripe bananas. Okay. Surprisingly, the browner the banana, the stronger its cancer-fighting potential, turning a fruit often discarded as too ripe into a natural source of healing power. Now, aside from this, and we'll look it up, I guess, but I do know that the banana offers different kinds of nutrients throughout its like lifespan. You're getting something different when it's super fresh, and then it's supposed to be pretty healthy when it's brown. Like there's something, and maybe aside from this, cancer research, it's just a good.
Depends on what you're after is the thing. So if a banana is more green, you have resistant starches, which is important if you have any kind of, even if you're just pre-diabetic, any blood sugar issues, you want to eat it when it's greener.
Traditionally, ripe bananas are enjoyed for their sweetness, not their medical properties, but this discovery highlights the hidden value in nature's everyday foods. Simple dietary choices may have profound implications for health, showing that some of the most effective remedies could be okay. So I'm looking for information here. That's just kind of on cancer treatment. This research could inspire a new wave of food-based therapies. What do you? Wow! Wow! This reminds me of something I talked about last week, where I was like, "Oh, really? They finally come?" Yeah, it was something where they're giving a nod to like herbal medicine, and I'm like, "Wow!" So
Yeah.
they're coming back full circle to say, finally, to admit, like, "Oh, there is some benefit to this." And then with this thing, they're saying they're coming back to going, "Oh, hey, food-based therapies. You mean nutrition?" Isn't that what nutrition
Only because we're
is?
demanding it. You know what I mean? Like now they got to kowtow to us because we've pushed hard enough and we have RFK in there talking about it and we're following his lead going, yeah, this is what we've been asking for. Good. Someone is speaking up for us. So now they know. That's why we've got products on the market now that are ditching the seed oils because the consumers finally demanded it. Yep.
That is, I've been saying this. It's an opportunity for new companies, for entrepreneurs to start new companies that are doing things transparently and with nutrition in mind, and it's going to be a boom, and they're going to, I think, succeed. But this is just funny because they have to change the terminology. You know that, Tala. They couldn't have just said it's a new wave inspiring more food-based nutrition. Like, they couldn't say it like the way or they can't say it
actual nutrition
legitimately. Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they have to create new terminology and new phraseology to say, oh, we're going
so
back
they
to
can patent it.
yes, yeah. Oh, this food-based therapies will be like a new science that people will have to go to school to learn, and everything.
Yep.
Like, scientists are now exploring how these compounds can be extracted. Okay, then they're gonna synthesize and make synthetic versions. And don't get me started. You brought up folic acid earlier, and I wanted to go off on a tangent because folic acid is possibly one of, if not definitely one of the major factors in autism, being that we can't uptake enough folate like we need, and folic acid is in the way. But anyway, that's because
that MTHFR gene mutation is in that whole complex. I'm on the spectrum, so that's why I realized that's probably, that gene mutation is probably in the picture. And the fact that those methylated vitamins are the only thing that works for me and keeps me from becoming anemic kind of raises a flag on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this gets my gears grinding over here. But it says, imagine a future where overripe bananas in your kitchen are not just snacks, but a powerful weapon against disease. No, that is not what they're talking about here. The future is you don't get any bananas anymore. They're being overripened in a laboratory somewhere and cultured to like synthesize a chemical that they can say, oh, this has got to be the thing that does it. And then they find out later that it's really the combination of everything you're getting when you eat the banana or whatever, like similar.
With cannabis too.
That's what I was just gonna say. That they keep trying to extract a specific piece and think that's going to.
When you could only get, from a medical perspective, you could only get the whatever, I forget what they were called, but it was a pill for the nausea of chemotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't consider it to be a cancer treatment. It was to treat the nausea, but it was a half synthesized version.
And it wouldn't get you stoned, so to speak. I remember those THC pills being a thing. It wasn't active.
Didn't help with pain. It was just for nausea.
Right.
Which means they ripped the guts out of all the compounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they found 450 different compounds in cannabis in general, so it might be higher now. But yeah, they want to just, the same thing's going to happen with bananas and everything else. They're going to extract specific parts of, or not parts, but like its lifespan. They're going to try and isolate points of the lifespan and say, oh, this is the benefit here, and let's take that part out. I'm rambling, but yeah, it's crazy for sure.
They'll either synthesize or create more frankenfood, or yeah. How about I just eat bananas?
Take your banana supplements or whatever. Like, it'll be. There's other things too that are pretty promising cancer-wise that have kind of flipped cancer on its head, and I don't know which way I go on this, but people are talking about cleanses, like parasite cleanses, as actually affecting cancer, if not taking it away, which makes people, this whole conspiracy about
merit.
Like, it's actually a parasite. It's not a. There's something, I don't know what's really happening there yet, but there's
so we know what cancer is. It's a rapid multiplication of your own cells.
Right.
So the question becomes, what triggered it? Could parasites be the trigger? Possibly.
We don't know enough about them, I think, and I've saved at least a couple of articles or a couple of different stories on this line here that talk about parasite cleanses, and they don't talk about ivermectin. There's a new one that I've seen a couple times. It's going to be way up there. That is black seed oil and no, it's a like a natural version. It's like black seed oil and oregano oil. Is it oregano oil?
Yes.
and the combination of those two things, and evidently not only flushes the parasites but also kills them in the larva and egg stages all the way through. What do you got there? Fembenzol or?
Pumpkin seed oil,
Oh, okay.
if you didn't know. This is also
Capsules.
anti-parasitic.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Or is that
Pumpkin
like a
seed oil.
preventative, or would that be a cleanse as well?
Both.
Because they say that
Both.
50 to 80% of, I don't know if it's all people or just America, but a lot of people have parasites and don't know it, and
Yes.
that can be one of the reasons that I can't do anything about this, even though I could probably do 50 to 100 sit-ups right now, and it's just nothing, just not doing a damn thing.
Oh, sit-ups won't help with that anyway. You know, I mean, sit-ups are really not an ab exercise.
My abs, no, okay.
No, no.
Well, I'm not just
Do
doing
this.
sit-ups, but
Do this sometime.
I'm up on the
Knock
vault
yourself
thing.
out on a leg day. Like overtax your quads. Get those quads really sore, and then do some sit-ups and tell me what you think it works.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like I was saying, the standing up and doing the knee lifts, just doing this actually is working your abs. Just doing
bit.
that, and some of your quads too, of course. But
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah.
But you get your quads sore and try to do a sit-up, you're gonna know. But I did
I don't
that
just
to
sit up.
myself.
I also like there's a thing where you're hanging. You have handles and your
Tower.
arms run, and I do leg lifts and knee lifts and hold them up as long as all that kind of stuff. And you're
It's
doing
got
a
a
little
bunch of
bit of
stuff on it, but yeah, I have a tower.
okay, yeah, something like that. So I know that can be one thing because I also intermittent fast a lot. Like I haven't eaten today, and I probably won't eat for another couple hours. So it's just nothing's
Bulletproof
happening.
coffee.
My weight is actually not bad at all. I'm at a little under. It's like 210 or under. Last time I weighed is 209, and that's a pretty decent weight for me, especially if I get my muscle mass back up because I am doing more weight training than anything. So it's something that I'm not worried about the weight itself. I just don't want to feel bloated all the time, and I think that's another what do you call it, symptom of parasites.
It's true. In the US, we don't routinely parasite cleanse, and other countries do. And so that is an issue. And I mean, someone like me, like for example, I eat sushi. I love sushi. I eat raw fish because it agrees with my system. Like I never have any problems with that.
Never had it.
Where I have problems is if I get some kind of sushi roll that's got seed oils and preservatives and stuff like the stuff that comes from the grocery store.
Right.
I'll go to a sushi bar and I'm fine. So that's the preservatives and the seed oils, not the raw fish, that's the problem. But the reality
tell me about the sushi though. Like, what's the do you know what the fish is that's in there, or are you just like, okay, a sushi roll?
Oh, yeah.
Or
Oh yeah, I'm very particular. In fact, very first thing I ever had
it's not a thing
was hamachi, which is ahi, the red tuna. Hamachi, or wait, no. Boy, my brain. Maguro hamachi. Hamachi is yellowtail. And then albacore, and then salmon. The reason I remember that is because I studied the culture. So if you have a regular sushi chef, particularly when you are like the first time you go in, they will present you with them in a certain order, whatever it is you've tried, and they will remember. And every time you show up, they're going to give you the same thing. So Henry would always give me mogoro, hamachi, albacore, salmon in that order. It's the first
you
3 or
put
4
lemon
items.
juice on it, or like nothing?
Yeah, I like my salmon with soy sauce and lemon juice. To me, there's just almost no other way. And maybe a little bit of wasabi.
I love salmon, but I've never had it raw. I know they make some sushi too, but
I don't
is
even
that
like
really
it
sushi?
cooked anymore. Yeah, I don't even like cooked salmon anymore.
It's healthier for you raw,
so you
right?
gotta have a trusted source. I trust my chef. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't just go to any grocery store and buy raw fish and eat that raw fish. You can't do it that way. It hasn't been handled correctly with the idea that the consumer is going to eat it raw.
Right.
It must be handled safely for that, which means, for one thing, for most people, you should eat raw fish that has been frozen because maybe your body is not accustomed to the little buggies that can be in there. I can eat stuff that hasn't been frozen because I have done that. Greg Lopez will tell you this. He says, I grew up eating it this way. It's normal for me. My body can handle it. But let's say you've never done that and you visit Hawaii and somebody catches a fish and cuts it and you eat it, it could make you sick.
They
Your
told us
body's
that
not
about,
adapted.
right, when we went to Kuwait. If you were to ever have a chance going to a local like bazaar or whatever and actually eat local food, you better be careful. And if
Yeah.
not, just don't even try it, because they do a lot. They have a lot of seafood in Kuwait, and it's
Yeah.
not very cleanliness as far as how they prepare it. But
Mexico, Mexico's an example. Like we would go to a hole in the wall place because all the locals were going there. But don't eat the food from the street vendor. And people would be like, "Oh, that's the best stuff." I'm like, "Tell me how you feel in about 8 hours."
yeah, they say that about Mexico. Like you just drink the beer, don't drink the water. Like,
Yeah, don't
okay,
drink the water.
okay.
And the ice, because some things are killed by freezing, but some are not. You don't want ice in your drink. Yeah. People don't think about that.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't know about. I don't know of anything that's harmful about ice as long as it's clean.
Because it's water.
Could
If
be
you're not drinking the water,
I see. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, it's made with the water from the tap.
All right, guys, we got 19 people still chilling here at the end of the show. If you want to be on the door prize wheel, let's see a hashtag or two. I see some already. Hashtag ladies of WTIF. Hashtag WTIF. Hashtag Sprout. Hashtag Tala. Anything you guys want, and we'll get you on the wheel. Let's go. All right, we got Alice. Let's get the cap lock. And we got Kat. And we got Kayla. And I do want to make sure you have a chance to bring up, like, if we talked about everything you meant to bring up with the AI. I think we did, but I just don't want to cut you short on what you were what was
Mostly, I
on your
just want to
mind.
encourage. Mostly, I just want to encourage people to not be afraid of it. Explore the options. Use it as a tool. We're actually going to start teaching some things on Jade AI about this. People
Here's
want to
another
learn
one.
how to create content.
Have you ever heard of Suno?
Yeah, I use Suno because we have Udio and Suno both. Frankly, my preference, this is all going to be individual preferences. I like 11 Labs. I like
I've
what
not
it
heard of
does.
that one. I
11
used.
Labs,
Go ahead.
11 Labs is, in my opinion, it's going to produce a higher quality, for one thing, because if I want something very natural, like a native cedar flute, what it produced for me was much better. The thing is, you can create on the free tier, but you can't download it. But 11 Labs has a low-end tier that's only like $5 a month. I'm willing to pay for that. I'm probably going to set it up. We might get some of the components of 11 Labs on Jade. We just don't have it yet. The problem with Udio and Suno is that they're not as technical. It can't handle a very technical prompt. It might spit something out for you, but it won't be exactly what you wanted. Sometimes you get lucky and it's great. Other times you're like, what is that? If I
Well,
asked for cedar flute, why is it piano? Yeah.
when is the last time you used it? Is what I'm getting at. I just started
The
checking it
last,
out again.
about a week ago.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I used it months ago, and I made a bunch of music. But then they changed it and said, now when you go to do this on the free version, they say the song won't be protected. It won't be copyright protected. And I
They're
don't know
going
how
through some
important that is.
lawsuits.
Sure.
They're going through lawsuits. That's why.
Well, I don't know how important it is from my angle, but it does say that if you're using it commercially, which I technically am, even if I'm making $1, it's like commercial. So I went ahead, and there were two versions that you can pay for: a basic and a pro, which actually accesses like a better tier of their AI, which I think that's hilarious. Like, you're gonna see this come out. Like, there's gonna be like 100 tiers, like ChatGPT or whatever the big one is 10, 20 years from now. You'll be able to buy the basic, but for the basic, all you can do is search or something, and then
Yes.
there'll be like 20 layers above that to where you can finally get to what might actually be pretty good. But anyway, I went ahead and I paid for 1 month. So shout out to anybody listening right now who would like a song made. I will be willing to work with you. I haven't decided yet whether I would charge $1 or $2 or what, but it will be copyrighted song. It will be protected because I paid $30 for a month, just 1 month. So
we might have to talk.
yes, well, anybody that's interested, get with me on it. But listen to this. I'll play just a second of it. It might be a little loud. You might be able to hear this actually over the other one. This is a fun one. Hear it? Yeah, no.
I heard it initially.
That's weird. That must be a guest issue. Anyway, everyone else could hear it, and it's just a little rock electrical kind of feel to it. Anyway, it's pretty. I have noticed significantly better since I paid for it, but I also haven't done a lot of stuff with words yet. So
well, that's what I was
there
going to
is
say.
that.
You got access to doing lyrics because, for example, if you use Suno on our platform, we're going to be adding that, but right now you can't add lyrics because we only have one text box for describing the song. Yeah.
You know how I manipulate Suno is if I want lyrics longer than what they allow, or not, how do I put this? So I can type in so much, but then if well, okay, I haven't actually looked at this since I paid for it, so I'm getting all these different options that I don't know. But in other words, I would use Grok to have a much longer description, and then I can port over the description from Grok into Suno, and therefore give it way more detail than what it would have. Because a lot of people just type out like a sentence, write a song about me, and that's it. And then it's just like a bunch of like general stuff that it throws in that doesn't know. So I think that's how I did it. I would go into lyrics and
yeah, that's what we're missing is a lyrics box, but he said he's going to add it, so
I can create a new persona. Oh, you know what I'm going to go for. We got to go with the Pimp Waylon hat. I could go with Santa, but I think we'll do that. Let's see, select a song. I'm not even sure what's happening. Is it gonna add words? Describe. It also can. So there it is. 2000. That's a pretty big description. Persona's sound or bio. Interesting. I've Suno created an image. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff. I don't know what I'm doing here now, but they added stuff and they've given me new options since I paid for it. But
we've got some stuff with our image generation now for character consistency that I haven't even learned how to use because we've been in the holidays and I kind of took a break from content creation because of that.
All right, guys, if you haven't yet gotten in on the wheel, what's the word? I invite you to. But while we are doing that, let me tell you a little bit about 1775 coffee, if it will allow me to.
Good coffee.
Have you tried it? So this is Rumble's brand of coffee, and they made it in order to help, support themselves versus going to like suck up to all these big ad companies and, all the big dogs that basically run YouTube because they got the dollars. And so instead they decided to create their own coffee company. And they still looks like they still have the starter kit going on. They'd only dropped 1,000 of them. It says you're getting the bold dark roast that hits hard, and the smooth medium roast, and the Vitality mushroom coffee for clean energy and laser focus, no crash. All single origin, small batch, toxic free, and mold free. Plus, you're also getting a gold spoon clip, a frother, and a black 1775 tumbler. You're getting $170 worth of coffee and gear for $99. This is the one you've been waiting for, watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. Spoiler, it is, they say. Go to 1775coffee.com/studio to grab your starter kit. Okay? Starter kit before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something just like Rumble does. Let's go. Now, for context, I got 18 cents out of that one, 45 cents out of the Blue Chew. So there you go, guys. That's why when you watch the big dogs out there, the big podcasters and stuff, and you hear them reading these ads and they're saying, oh, I just love this product. Most likely they have. Maybe they've even tried it. I don't even know. You don't know if they've tried it or not. But it is what
Greg
it is.
Lopez was for a while. He did that one for a long time.
You cut out a little bit. What was it that he tried?
Oh, Greg Lopez, the real Greg Lopez. G-Lo
Yeah.
was doing the Dubby energy drink ones for a long time.
Yeah. They accepted
I
me,
can't.
but
The
I didn't.
ingredients are. I
Yeah.
can't drink them.
So
Yeah.
I pulled it up on the show. I think it was a Tuesday. I pulled up their email and then we did some research on them and everything during the show. I'm like, look at this. This is how they try to suck in all these like smaller creators. And I have a list of sponsors who are other people in my little community online, and they're people that I want to promote and help grow and help succeed. They may not have all the dollars yet to just throw money at me, but they
Right.
are supporting me in some way or another enough that I call them a sponsor. And I'd love to for all of us to grow, but I am kind of looking out at bigger companies. Dubby is just too they're too thirsty out there looking
You
for
gotta
people
believe in
that.
the quality of the product for one thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's one thing I'm trying to maintain is like a
Standards.
product that I want to use. Yeah, but I want you
Yes.
guys to know about.
And
All
I'm
right,
very
guys.
careful about that stuff, as you know.
Right.
One thing, like when that coffee says mold free, I mean that gets my attention. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I switched primarily to drinking organic coffee because I found out that coffee is one of the most heavily sprayed crops for glyphosate.
Oh
And I'm
wow.
trying to avoid glyphosate. Yeah.
Yeah, that is such a problem. You know what? Another big problem with coffee is that we can't really grow it here, other than I think Hawaii is the only place that we can.
Yeah.
That's why I'd love to experiment. I want to try and grow it inside. Like I have no idea what it requires, but weird things like that, I want to just attempt.
Elevation.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe thinner air
That's
then.
part of it.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean you can't. I would like to see you try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might just grow weird. I've seen a lot of stuff grow funny because I've had
One
like
way to
weird.
find out.
Yeah. All right,
Or you might
guys. I think
discover
that was
something
enough.
new and go, hey.
I'd love to do that because I actually discovered a bunch of plants that will vine, even though they're not vining plants, because you may not have enough light for them or whatever inside, and they will stretch themselves out like in places that you never thought they would do, and it's just crazy. All
I
right. Good
wish I
luck.
could get our white or silver sage, the desert stuff. It's like high desert. I wish I could get it to grow here. I'm at about 1,200 feet, and every time I've tried it, failed on me.
My goal, my
Little
dream is
sprout.
to have a facility that has separate rooms that are climate controlled for different parts of the planet, almost like a Earthship of sorts.
That would be
And
awesome.
yeah, and just like actually grow saffron or
Oh,
something that is just impossible to grow where I live. And it may not be like a volume that you need, because saffron specifically is something that you need like like acres and acres of
lots.
it just to get
Yeah.
a little bit. Kayla, I think you won 2 days in a row. Oh no, she didn't. I thought you won a different day this week, but I guess not. Yesterday was Sheena and Rose. Why did I write Sheena down? Didn't you win yesterday, Kayla? That's weird.
I need a second cup of coffee
Oh,
today. Yeah.
nice. Oh, that's right, Kayla. You weren't here. You must have gotten dropped out last or yesterday. That's why we spun it again. Are you here now, though, Kayla? I know you said your internet's been in and out. Hey, Derek from Australia, our friend down under. You said you've been having a rough day. I hope it's getting better. He's got a heat wave going on over there. Kayla, it
My
says you're
chat is
watching.
still weird. Like, even though I'm on the all tab, it still says in the field, it still says message/private. I don't get it.
It would say that. Well, actually, maybe not. Let me switch it to Rumble. Oh yeah, message/Rumble is what it's changed to me. You have to take it out of all. You have to go to like Rumble specifically, probably for it to work.
Huh.
Oh, there you are, Kayla. Okay, congratulations.
I'll get it figured out eventually.
Yeah, I might just have to mess with it. What was that noise? What are you doing over? Hey! No! Get out of here! Oh no, Cam, get back! Come back, Cam! Sprout
This is
just,
me times 6. I have 6 cats indoors.
I shouldn't, but I let him roam free. I have choices. I could put him in the kennel. I could force him to stay with me, which he starts getting antsy up here, or I can let him roam free because if I let him roam free upstairs and leave the door closed where he can't come down here, he gets pissed and starts destroying some stuff. He's still young. He's
Yep.
only not even a year old. But I found that he's a little bit better if he gets a little more freedom. It's just that when he's down here, this isn't a puppy-proof basement area. He finds things here and there. He is a good hunter of spider crickets for me though. He's my
Oh,
spider
wow.
cricket hunter, and he found like a roly-poly the other day. It's like, oh wow, you're a
Are those like cave crickets?
I don't know. They're called spider crickets, but they are freaky. They live in near moist areas, and of course
Yeah.
I have aquaponic
Really
system.
long legs, right? Big
It's a cricket that jumps at you.
cave crickets. That's the other name. They call them that in other parts of the country. We don't have them here. We just have little bitty crickets here.
I guess they're not harmful, but they are freaky as hell.
They're aggressive.
They
Yeah.
also don't have. There's like no good use for them. Like I don't kill spiders. There's spiders all over the basement. I'd let them do their thing,
Yep.
unless it gets like out of control, of course. But
Find out if they're the same thing. Let's see. Same as.
I've never heard of cave crickets. Yeah, tomorrow night, guys, 8 o'clock Central Time. We're gonna do a current events episode. I've already got at least one story I'm gonna bring up. If you want to be part of the game, come and join us in the chat. If you want to be on the screen to play, you're welcome to hit us up. You just have to be able to have at least 2 stories for the story boxes game. You have to be able to bring it to us, like give it to us couple hours at least before the show. So if anybody out there wants to join it and play the game on screen, you're welcome. Just have to hit me up. Okay, what else?
They're also called camel crickets, and they're sometimes called a spricket.
A spricket. They do kind of remind me of a camel. I don't know why. Now that you say that, immediately I'm like,
But it's the same thing as a cave cricket, yeah.
Huh.
Spricket.
I don't know where they're like surviving or living, but I see them. I would say more often than I want. More often than I want.
The basement is like a cave, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like moist areas. So I have a shower in the basement where the RO water has the wastewater tube, and I have it going into a big bin, and I'll pour alcohol in there from when I wash something out, or stuff that I think would kill anything that might be in it. But I use that water. It's like dirty water on purpose to wash dirty stuff, like plant stuff. Like if I got like a plant base or whatever, and I can just use it to just rinse that stuff off, and then
gray water essentially.
Yeah, I like that. But I'm like, I wonder. I'm like, man, is that actually allowing different insects to live and to thrive?
They like cool, damp, dark places. So basements, crawl spaces, garages, and caves.
I just think that they couldn't be drinking the water. Maybe they just like the dampness, and it probably still attracts bugs that they find out later that, hey, this isn't something I should drink. So they're still attracting maybe prey or whatever. Anyway, it's not so bad. I went around and cleaned up a lot of the webbing and stuff.
They do drink, but I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they just like. Some species absorb moisture from damp environments, so that's probably what it is.
Probably they don't need the mineral content, I guess, because RO water is not, even by itself, is not good to drink long term. Like when I drink it, I have it in here, but I put ice cubes from my refrigerator that's made in the ice tray, so that's drinking water that's filtered. And then I also put a little bit of salt. I put a little bit of gray Celtic salt in there. And I don't even taste the salt. It's just you put in just enough that you give yourself just like that, exactly.
Well, that's one of my supplements too.
Nice. Well, Tala, obviously you're welcome tomorrow night if you want to come on with us. It'd be fun. But we just do a current events episode every 3 weeks or so. Every month we do the third Thursday of the month we do a current events episode where we just talk about what's been going on in our lives, current events, and also maybe like big news things that have been going on, stuff like that. But otherwise, we will see you when we see you. Hopefully, maybe next Wednesday. Tala, is there anything like your next doing a space or anything that you want to shout out next? Anything like that?
We're supposed to start doing some spaces, me and Kimberly just talking about the platform and that whole thing of people being afraid of it or being anti-AI, and just kind of get some kind of dialogue going so that people will be interested in what tools are available. But she hasn't scheduled any yet. And of course, the holidays are very busy.
Right.
So no immediate plans, but that is in the plans. And like I said, some teaching videos, how to use the tools, and just kind of introduce people to it. I'm kind of
Nice.
looking forward to that. I'm going to do my usual content creation, and also the new content creation with the AI tools. I'm not like, the one thing I want people to understand about what I do is I promised my viewers a long time ago that I was going to stay organic. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be talking about my actual life experiences, and that has not changed. So, for example, if there's a new platform like Jade, I get involved. That doesn't mean I'm leaving everything else. I still have Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube. I added something. I don't need to give something else up to bring that in.
I keep
So
telling
the
people.
AI tools are the same, right?
Got it.
It's new. Add it. Yeah. So yeah, that's just the most important thing right there. So I hope that if you're at all interested in what I do, you'll check me out. I've got a link tree that's on most of my bios. I don't know if I have it on this platform. I need to check.
Rumble needs a like a tag like StreamYard has, so where we can see people's names. That I'm
Yeah.
gonna email them and tell them that's something that they need to add like ASAP.
Yeah.
Because it's
So
hard to
most
promote
platforms
people
you'll
that way.
find Tala _ no excuses. I'm easy to find on X. There's definitely, all my stuff is in there. You can find me on X. That's easy. Instagram as well. So yeah, I'm interested mostly in helping other people kind of climb out of the pit that I was in before, which is part of what I addressed in my AI mindset series that I've produced. Just climbing out of that pit. I made it very literal.
Right.
I'm a survivor of catastrophic illness. Nothing that I have is curable. I believe in finding solutions. So hopefully I can help some other people who are in that situation as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know what time for tomorrow, and I'll see if I can
Well, what did we
work
say?
that in.
You're
I don't
two
think there's
hours
anything on the
different.
schedule tomorrow.
I,
Yeah, Pacific
I
is,
know.
I guess, 2 hours. Right now it's 1:18 p.m.
Yes. Okay. So it would be at 6 o'clock your time
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit me
I
up
don't
if you
think
want.
there's anything going on.
If you want to if you want to be on the show, you have to play the game, and I'll explain that to you offline if you'd like. But it's
We'll see that.
basically yeah. Well, you just have to have two stories, just at least two stories. We randomize them, and then I put them up one at a time, and then the people who are on screen have to pontificate and try to decide whose story that is. And if it's your story, you're on there trying to throw everybody off, and you're trying to, just lie about, oh yeah, I would never do that. And then when we reveal the story, then the person who wrote it gets a time to kind of elaborate on and explain what really went down, and all the details. So it's fun. But yeah, we'll talk about it. But all right, guys, we'll see you. I'm gonna head over to locals though. I got nothing else going on, so I'm gonna do a little locals after sesh. If you guys want to join, we'll be over there in just a couple minutes. But yeah, go check out Tala. At least hook up with. You can find her through Facebook. I know most people who are commenting are hooked up with me on Facebook, friends or followers or whatever. So you'll be able to find her there. Because I know, look, Tala, I would say most, if not all of my audience has some kind of chronic medical condition, including myself. So, she's going to be right up the alley for a lot of you guys. So we'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock for people in the boxes, or right now on locals in just a minute. Thanks again, Tala. We'll see you later. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't. And remember, it's fun sometimes, but we need each other because we all have to eat. Everybody. Peace.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustained, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Wayland's